And hello, Harry Potter fans across the UK and around the world. On behalf of all of us at Warner Brothers, I'd like to thank you all for going on this remarkable journey with us. Fans like you have made Harry Potter movies the most successful film series in motion picture history. So tonight, we are truly proud to celebrate this incredible conclusion with you. It's hard to imagine a more fitting backdrop to a world premiere of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 than Trafalgar Square. And we thank all of the people who have helped make this monumental event possible. But let's be clear, we would not be here tonight were it not for the singular brilliance of Joe Rowling's unique creation. And we would not be here tonight were it not for the work of gifted and dedicated filmmakers and actors and crew who have brought these stories and characters to life. Much of it filmed at Warner Brothers' own studios at Leavesden outside of London. This event is also a tribute to all of our colleagues here in the UK, back home in California, and around the world who have worked tirelessly on these films for so many years, as well as a recognition of our incredible partners, many of whom are here tonight. I do have a few special acknowledgments. I'd like to thank Jeff Robinov, the president of the Warner Brothers Motion Picture Group, for his invaluable contribution to the success of these films. I'd like to thank Josh Berger, who's the managing director of Warner Brothers UK, for so ably guiding all of our extensive operations here in Britain. And finally, a special thanks to my friend and colleague, Alan Horn, who has provided passionate and unwavering support for this project from the very beginning. Now, please join me in welcoming to the stage the gentleman who has guided the Harry Potter movies from the beginning, having produced all 8 films, David Heyman, as well as his fellow producer for over half a decade, David Barron, and the director of our last 4 films, David Yates, the Davids. Thank you very much.
Hi. Hello, everybody. This is bonkers. Well, thank you all for being here. And I know this is being broadcast, this is being seen in theaters around the world, having their own premieres. So the fans, you've made this possible. Thank you so much for everything. We wouldn't be here were it not for you. I'd like to echo Barry Meyer, and thanks to the people he said thank you to, and a few special people I want to repeat those thanks. Alan Horn, our godfather, Jeff Robinoff, Sue Kroll, Veronica Kwan-Rubenek, and their teams, and all who work at Warner Brothers who really looked after our films and took care of them in the way we would, in the most amazing way. Working on Harry Potter, there are around 3,000 people who are part of the crew, who are the unsung heroes of these films. And over the course of the 10 years and 8 films became a family. So a huge thank you to each and every one of you. These films are yours. Our cast, young and old, Britain's finest, the world's finest, thank you for being a part of Harry Potter. One of the great pleasures of working on the films has, of course, been seeing And people ask the question, what's it like? How have they changed? Dan, Rupert, and Emma grow up. And the amazing thing is that they've remained very much the same people they were when I first met them. Still humble, still enthusiastic, still generous. Thank you for that. And for having the way they've really grown into wonderful young people, as well as wonderful young actors. Our screenwriter, Steve Clovis. We are so pleased he's here today. Steve, thank you for your passion, for your care, and for the brilliance with which you took Joe's words and brought them to cinematic life. Thank you. We've had the privilege of working with 4 great directors: Chris Columbus, Alfonso Cuarón, Mike Newell, and last and most certainly not least, the person, our anchor, the person who took us to the end and really has pushed the franchise, pushed the series in unimaginable and unforeseeable ways, whose brilliant vision you will see very soon in theaters, David Yates. And then, by the way, aren't these 2 ladies' dresses rather wonderful? Joe, thank you for making glasses, spectacles, and red hair really cool. Thank you for encouraging a generation of people to read. Thank you for allowing us to make films from your books. Thank you for your support and for your friendship and for your brilliance and for helping make these past 10 years more absolutely unforgettable. On a personal note, I want to thank my family, my wife, Rose, Hector, Florence, Olive, Roby, and Harper for making this the most memorable decade of all. Thank you. And now I want to bring to the microphone my fellow producer, and one of the great gifts of Harry Potter are the friendships we've made. And David Yates, David Barron, is not only a brilliant producer, but he's a great, great friend. David Barron, thank you for everything.
Well, I'm often the 3rd D of the 3 Ds, which leaves me less to say than if I was the 1st or the 2nd. Today I'm the 2nd, but David Heyman has said virtually everything I would have said, which is a huge thank you to everybody, to Joe, to Steve Clovis, to our wonderful cast, our wonderful directors, our wonderful crew. I would just like to add my huge, huge admiration for these massive crowd of people who've been here through this incredible weather today. Without you, the films are worthless, so thank you so much for being here, for your continued support. And I, too, would like to thank my wife, Sheila, for allowing me to spend, or putting up with me spending more time with Harry than I've spent with her for years now. So thank you, Sheila, and thank you, everybody. Thank you, David Heyman. Thank you, David Yates.
Guys, I just want to say something very briefly. Today we're here for a celebration, and it's a celebration of a 10-year story, basically, and tonight that story ends. And you've followed it so beautifully, and we're grateful for you following it in such a beautiful way, and thank you for that. And Joe, you've changed my life. You've given me such a great opportunity. You've changed the lives of everyone on this stage. So thank you for your gift of this material to the world. And thank you for this gift to us as filmmakers. It's been a huge privilege working with it. But you know what? I just want to say the biggest thank you to the 3,000 people who've been here for 5 nights in the pouring rain. You're the reason we've kept going and tried to make these films better and better and better. And if we dedicate this premiere to anybody, it's to you guys tonight. So thank you for being there.
Hello, everybody. Great, that's better. I'd just like to, I will disagree with you on one point there, David, which is that I don't think the end of the story happens tonight, because, don't get too excited, it's not what you think, but because each and every person, not only in this square, but also watching around the world, who will see this film and who have followed these films over the last 10 years, will carry this story with them through the rest of their lives, and it will affect what they do. So I would just like to say a huge thank you to all of you, first of all, for giving me a job, and Joe for letting him give me a job, and it's been the most amazing, inspirational, surreal, bizarre, wonderful 10 years that I will probably ever have in all my life. And every opportunity I get from now on all comes back to the fact that I got very, very lucky when I was 11. So thank you very, very much. Emma?
I'm going to voice what I think everyone in the crowd is already thinking, which is that, Dan, you didn't get lucky. You were and are the perfect Harry and will be forever.
Thank you.
I know that's not really my place to say, it's actually Joe's, but she chose Dan too. I want to say thank you to David Barron and David Heyman. You've both been like fathers to me. David Yates, you taught me so much more than, you know, I'm so lucky to take everything that you've taught me with me. Steve Clovis, you gave Hermione the voice that I so hoped she would have, and I'm so grateful. She's every bit as strong and beautiful and great as she is in the book, and I'm very grateful. Joe, thank you for writing these amazing books and for being that's it, I'm gone. For such a role model to me in real life. Thank you to Rupert for making me laugh and being such a great brother. And thank you to Dan, same thing. I will miss you so much. And thank you to Warner Brothers for making these films the way they should have been made and giving them the support that they needed. And we went out, as we should have done, on a bang, and I'm so proud to have been part of this. So just thank you so, so much. And thank you to everyone here who came. You are the most wonderful fans in the world, and it's just such a privilege. Thank you so, so much.
Oh God. Wow. I'm really not very good at goodbyes. This has been such an emotional week. A year ago when we finished, I kind of thought I was kind of coming to terms with it and able to move on, but this really has been such an important part of my life, and yeah, I want to thank all of you who have just made this these last 10 years just the best half of my life, and and I'm just so pleased I've shared it with you two, because I love you. I really do. And oh God, and David, I just don't know what to say. I mean, thank you doesn't seem to be kind of a strong enough word, but this has just been kind of. I mean, I'm never going to have this again. This is just, we're going to have to make the most of this, and and just enjoy it. And thank you to all of you as well. Just amazing. It's just, I'm finding it hard to now string together coherent sentences because it is really emotional. I really, what you've done for ginger people, it's just, I cannot put that into words. So thank you, Joe, and David, thank you so much for everything, and it's just been the best part of my life, as I say. Thank you. You ready?
Oh my God. You know what? Maybe I'll just write another one. And maybe. That is a joke, but you have no idea I've never come closer than standing up here tonight. Oh God, Emma's finished me. Rupert's now crucified me. I love ginger people. This is my favourite ginger person right behind me. Okay, right. Coherent. So, the first person I need to thank is David Heyman, who persuaded me to trust film people. And we're really here because of him, because it's just incredible to look back and think that I was so wary of the books being filmed, and I would have missed this. So then, I also need to thank David Barron. I'd be surprised if any living human being ever found a bad word to say about David Barron. Just humanly impossible. Steve Clovis, who has been an incomparable collaborator and my dearest friend. I just can't say enough about Steve. Right, calm down. Our amazing directors from the inspirational Chris Columbus, who put this family together and just set us on the right track. To Alfonso and Mike, who each brought their own stunning vision to the film. And lastly, and what can I say that's enough about David Yates, who's directed the last three, and four, I knew that. 3 books, 4 films, that's right. And I just know that everyone who watches Deathly Hallows Part 2 is going to see that he steered us home magnificently. It's incredible. And of the actors, I can only say I could never have dreamt the talent we'd have in these films, but there are 7 that in private I refer to as the Big 7. And that's Dan, Rupert, Emma, Matt, Ivana, Bonnie, and Tom. And they cannot know how much I love them, what amazing things they did for my favourite characters. And I just thank them for lending us their talent and all their hard work. And then finally, as everyone else has said, but I need to say it most of all, no story lives unless someone wants to listen. So thank you, all of you. Thank you for queuing for the books all those years. Thank you for camping out in a wet Trafalgar Square. And you know what? Oh no, I'm already crying, don't. I know there are people all over the world right now waiting for the in cinemas for the film to start. But Dan has already said it, the stories we love best do live in us forever. So whether you come back by page or by the big screen, Hogwarts will always be there to welcome you home. So we're going to roll the film now. Thank you so much.